Oh, screens. Right, okay. Can you all see my slides?
Yeah.
Okay, just a quick one actually. Craig was asking about the weekend there. Matt, the thing that stood out for me was something that Stuart said in his training about don't compare your journey to anybody else's journey. And it's something that and Craig will tell you this, I am terrible for doing it. And it knocks you back 10 steps. So once you get out of that, stop comparing yourself to anybody else's, you then focus on your own. So that's a really, really good tip. So I just thought I'd throw that one in there. Right, so parties. Online parties are massive at the moment. But why are we doing online parties? So during this current situation, we're all at home at the moment. Everybody's at home. They're on their phones, they're scrolling, they're bored. There's not enough stuff on Netflix to be watching. So they are getting to that point, they're getting bored and they need something to do. It's a great way to launch new team members' businesses. Absolutely fantastic way, and I'll show you some results in a minute. A great way to launch the new catalogue. Find new VIP customers, because we're all looking for VIP customers at the moment. Showcase some of our favourite offers. So when we've got a new catalogue, do you know there's hundreds of offers in the catalogue. How can you pick just a couple? So it gives you a chance to actually showcase quite a few of them off. You can do, like we have online exclusives, you could put together your own little packs. There's so many things you can do with a party. Plus we can do an end of campaign party, you know, last chance to buy, and create that bit of urgency. So some personal results, this is from last campaign. Laura Power joined the business at the start of last campaign. We ran a launch party towards the end of the campaign and she got £172 in orders. She had 9 people attending the party. Angela joined the business on Sunday before the end of campaign. Done a launch party for her, I think it was on the Wednesday night, and she'd done £184 of orders. I done a launch party at the start of this campaign, £84 in orders. Laura done a launch party, 84, and then I done a launch party and £49 of orders. So I just want to say, some parties you'll get massive amounts of orders, but some parties you'll get lower amounts. It doesn't matter as long as you keep going with the parties. You could have one party where you don't get any orders at all. That's okay. It's going to happen. Just run your next party again. So I've created pretty much a foolproof guide on how to create an event. So this is a desktop version. It does look slightly different on the phone, but my internet's not the best at the moment, so I wasn't able to give you the phone pictures. So on the left-hand side of your desktop screen, you'll see the little drop-downs and you'll see events there. You just click on events and then you'll get the option to create an event. You can create a private event or create a public event. I personally, if I'm doing my own parties, I'll do it publicly. If I'm doing it for new team members, I'll do it as a private event. The difference between the public and the private, most of you will already know, but for private, you cannot share this event with anybody that hasn't been invited to it. So you can't even send somebody a link to the event if they haven't actually had an invite to it. A public event, obviously, you can ask your guests to share the event on groups, share the event on their timeline, etc. Yes, you're going to get complete strangers coming onto that at times, but that's fine. It's more chance of getting more orders or more customers. So you just choose what one you want to do, and then you've got your create private event. Just keep it simple. Upload an eye-catching picture. I've literally just used a picture of the catalogue that was on the Oriflame social website. I've just literally used that as a cover picture because that's what our parties have been about this campaign. An event name, make it catchy, something that somebody wants to attend. So mine was on Sunday night. I called it Super Savers event or Sunday Savers event, something along that line. Location, at home. No better location than being at home. And then just a little description about what it's about. So new campaign, new catalogue, new offers. A little bit of fun, some games, some giveaways, invite your friends. Whatever, something that fits your personality more than anything else. So things to think about when creating the event. Who is the event for? Is it for you or is it for a new team member? Create the event. I've found that if by creating the event, do it 24 hours prior to running the event. People can forget if they get a notification 3-4 days beforehand. Do you know that notification is going to slide down and they're not going to see it? So unless they're constantly being notified about it, there's less chance of them turning up. I've found by only giving them 24 hours notice, you're creating that urgency with them as well. Why are you running the event? Are you running it for a new catalogue launch? Are you running it for the end of the campaign? And as I've said, think about the event name and the cover picture. I would also think about the times that you're doing parties. So it would be no good doing it midday. Well, it would be at the moment, to be fair, but normally it would be no point doing it at midday or like 5 o'clock when people are on their way home from work, etc. So evenings are always normally the best times. I would say anything from maybe 7 o'clock onwards, by the time people have had their dinner, got kids to bed, etc. And then think about themes. There's Easter, there's Mother's Day. Now, I've only just realised, and I was saying this to Craig yesterday, I only just figured out Father's Day is next month. So my parties this campaign have had a focus on Father's Day. So a lot more men's products featured in the parties. So you've created the event. What now? You invite your friends. I tend to just invite absolutely everybody. You've got more chance of more people coming that way. So, but what I would always say is choose 5 friends or family to support you. The ones that you know will support you in what you do and support you in doing the event. And then just send them a message. Just be friendly with them, be genuine. Just say to them, you know, you're running an online event, you've invited them. Can you please accept the invite? Also invite your friends. And just ask them to interact on the night of the event. You appreciate their support and, you know, they're helping you. 9 out of 10 times they will help you out. So, you know, and if somebody doesn't help you out, go and find somebody else. And then I would say, as soon as you've created it, pop a little post up and say, invite a friend. Do a prize draw. Do a prize draw giveaway. Telling people if they invite five or more friends to the event, they'll be entered into a prize draw. So that's a little bit. Build excitement. So again, as soon as you've created the event and you've invited people, get a post up there saying only 1 day left until we party. Again, you're creating that urgency. And just put some blurb there. So I'll show you a little bit that I've put here. So this was for Laura's launch party. Only 24 hours till Laura's launch party starts. I'm looking forward to helping Laura launch her online business. Make sure you click going to ensure that you don't miss out. Invite your friends to join us and help Laura launch her business in style. See you all tomorrow evening. Brilliant. Just something really, really simple. Emojis help loads. And then off the day of the party, I'm going to have to move up this picture. Give me 2 seconds. I can't see. There we go. On the day of the party, build up the excitement. So first thing in the morning, once you're up, good morning, tonight's the night that we party. Get a picture up there. Make sure, again, always prompt them to check their invites and always prompt them to make sure that they're marking themselves as going, so that you know they're coming, but they're also going to get the notifications when you're posting on the night. And then just remind them of the time. See you all at 7:30 p.m. And then an hour before the party, just build up that excitement. The party starts in an hour, create that bit of excitement going. 30 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go, and now normally at this point I'll say 50 minutes to go, grab yourself a glass of wine or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, get a comfy seat and get ready to party. So to start the party, I would always definitely recommend go live. Do you know how hard it was trying to find a screenshot that I didn't look like I was half asleep or looked like I was yawning? But yeah, managed to find one. So go live. It is the best way to start the party and to end the party. You're introducing yourself. And it doesn't matter if it's for your own party or if it's for a team member's party. If it's a team member's party, just explain why you're introducing yourself and why you're there that night. Explain why people have came to the event and thank them for coming, and set the agenda. Just let them know how the party's going to go. So you're going to be posting a few some of our favourite offers. Some might be under £5, some may be under £10, whatever you've decided to plan for that party. And then use a live to end the event as well. Again, on when you're going live to end the event, thank people for coming and thank them for their orders on a live video. Explain that you'll message each person to sort the orders out, but also say that there is still time to order or when the party will close. So whenever you're going to be placing your orders, etc. And talk about skincare samples, because ideally you should be ending your party on a skincare post, which I'll show you as well. So once you've done your live video, do a roll call post, see who's here, because not everybody will jump on the live straight away. So if you're hosting it for somebody, do a post like this, roll call, tell me your name and how you know our lovely hostess. Or just ask them to drop you a little GIF in the comments, just something to get the interaction going. And then during the event, ideally the party should last only 45 minutes. You can tend to lose people's interest after any longer than that. And really I'll do between 15 and 20 product posts. 2 games, and one of them should be a prize giveaway, just to keep the interest going. And a skincare video or a testimonial or a post about skincare to end the party. So some posts that you can see there, I've used a post with myself using the products as well, so people like to see the products being used. The Pure Skin one, I've got a demo video of me using the Pure Skin mask, so I've popped that up alongside that picture as well. I've also popped in the VIP pack, because obviously you're looking to get your VIP customers. It's a fantastic bundle to use. Some of the games, I use Pinterest for a lot of my stuff, a lot of my content for parties, so definitely spend some time, get a board together on Pinterest just for online parties. It will help massively. So after the event, once you've finished up and you've done your live video, you want to then put a thank you post up, just again thanking people for coming, thanking them for their orders. Any reminders, you know, if you're going to be doing if you're going to do the prize draw, just let them know, keep an eye out for the prize draw post. I normally video the prize draw for a name, and then I'll post it to the party. Reply to all comments and messages. During the event, don't feel like you've got to reply to every single comment straight away, because you're going to get yourself confused. I've done it plenty of times. I tend to have my desktop and my phone and trying to do 2 things at once, and you do get yourself muddled up. Do the prize draw results. Put a party host post up. So parties are definitely the way forward. You want to be getting more people to host parties for you. The win-win for them is they're going to become a VIP customer. They'll get the rewards points. All the orders will go through their account, which means more reward points for them. And you can chuck in a free gift from yourself if they host a party if you want to. But also post the link to your PBS or your catalogue. And I would also say pop the catalogue link before the party starts as well, so people can browse through it. 24 hours later, put a recruitment post up. You just put the feelers out there. If you're looking to team build, then people have been on your party, they'll see what you're doing. They may have enjoyed it and may be wondering, how do I get involved? So put up a recruitment post up there. A reminder on how to order post. When's the last time they can order, sorry. And then I would say send a message to all attendees with a link to the catalogue. Now, not everybody that clicked go in will have attended that evening for one reason or another. You know, the kids could have been still up late, etc. The internet could have been playing up. You never know people's circumstances. So just drop them a little message just saying, hey, hope you're well. Not sure if you managed to make it onto the actual event, if you can't see their name anywhere on the comments. But I've had a few people ask me for a link to the catalogue, so I thought I'd pop you the link also. This is the link. Here's my favourite offers that are on pages X, Y, and Z. If you'd like to order, pop me a message and we'll get that sorted for you. Or something along the lines, something that's still authentic to you. The party isn't your own party. That's absolutely fine. It will run exactly the same way. Work with your host or your team member to set the party up and ask them to get involved from the start. So Laura and Janet, I've done Janet's just before I came on this evening actually. They've both been posting their catalogue links. They've been, interacting with people that have been commenting on the excited posts. They've been really, really interactive in the parties. Get them to message their friends, reminding them about the parties as well, asking them to join in. And ask your team member, as it says there, to post the link to the catalogue before the party starts. Send a reminder to friends 1 hour before the party starts also. And again, ask them to interact throughout the party, respond to friends' comments, etc. And if it's not your own party, ask whoever the host is to message the attendees after the party. If it's a team member, ask them to send a catalogue. If it's an actual party host, just ask them to message them and just ask if they've for feedback on the party. Do you know, it's no harm in getting a little bit of feedback as well. So some top tips for you. Edit all the pictures at the start of the campaign. So plan, again, it just comes into the planning sort of thing. Plan what you're going to post in the party, and then edit all the parties and edit all the pictures and put them into a separate folder. So I've got a folder on my computer that says C8 party, and it's just got all the pictures that I'll be using during the party. Write up your wording on a Word document or notes. So all you're literally having to do during the party is post the picture, copy and paste the word in. It makes your life so much simpler. And don't overthink about what you're going to say or what you're going to post. Just do it. Overthinking can be the biggest hindrance ever. And I'm talking from experience. So reuse pictures, wording for numerous parties. I've ran 3 parties so far this campaign, and each party has had the same pictures and the same wording. It again makes your life a lot simpler rather than having to figure out what you're going to do for each party, and we'll do it separately. And help your new team members with the first couple of parties. So do their launch of their business for them, help them with their next party, and then from then guide them on running their own party. You know, be there for them, but get them to run it and help them when they need it. If you're giving prizes away, they don't have to be expensive. You know, you don't have to give them a 20 or 30 or 40 pounds item. It doesn't have to be. It can be a simple, maybe a skincare sample set as a prize. You know, some chocolate, just something simple. If you're like us and been in for quite a while and got loads of goodies, then you know you've got some freebies there to give away. And again, as I say, plan. Make sure you're planning at the start of the campaign on what parties you're going to run, who you're helping, what pictures and wording you're going to use. But most importantly is have fun with the parties. It's the most important tip I think I can say. Paul will tell you as well that since I've started doing the parties, each party I've done, I've grown my confidence in the live videos. I've not bothered about messing up on them, which I do quite a lot. But the more you do it, the more confident you will become at it. And that's me.
Absolutely fantastic, Laura. Joe, I was taking some notes, as I'm sure you guys were. And Joe, for those of you brand new to the business, I think one of the key things that we focus on, and you'll find that some people have been doing parties now for a long, long time, events, whatever you want to call them. And what people will typically do is they will run 2 events for themselves. When the new campaign launches with all the new offers, usually within the first 3 to 4 days of that campaign starting, they'll run a launch event, and they'll invite all of their customers, all of their, basically all their regulars, VIPs, to come and check out the offers. And then they will typically run an end of campaign event. And people typically do this maybe on a Sunday, through to obviously the Wednesday evening. I know there was a lady in the team, Pam, you'll all know Pam. She was helping and supporting her team. They all had a challenge. In the team, there was actually 54 online events on the last night of the campaign, because it was the last chance to buy and make the most of all of these amazing offers and whatever incentives there were for our VIP customers last campaign. So the kind of the launch and the closing events, they're really cool. Now, obviously, Laura was just saying that 45 minutes to run the party. You know, you're probably looking at, maybe, I don't know, pockets of time, an extra half an hour to do all the little things to, remind people, invite people, that sort of thing. So time-wise, it's really beneficial for your time. Some of you might be thinking, but I don't know what to do. That's okay, because your sponsor will step out of their comfort zone and help you do your first one too. And this is where your first one is your launch event. So typically your launch event will be run with your sponsor. And as you're recruiting, in an ideal scenario, within the first 48 to 72 hours, you do a launch party with your new team member to launch their new and exciting business. And that's it. It's as simple as that. But how many parties have you done now, Laura, since last campaign?
1, 2, 3. I think I've done 6 so far in the last week to 2 weeks.
Fantastic.
I've got one tomorrow night, and I've got one on Wednesday night as well.
2 days. Cool.
And Janet's literally just got in contact with me, and she's got orders still coming in, but we were at about £60 so far.
Fabulous. So a great way to generate extra custom and also recommend the business. And I was talking to some guys earlier today that was mentioning, we were discussing a lot of things. And the great thing is, like Laura mentioned, but you know, in a few days or so, Laura can go and drop a recruitment post in there again. I know she mentioned it. And this is really important. So you're getting the opportunity to expand, you know, your new team members' business and expand the business and the branding of Oriflame. So has anyone got any questions?
I have.
Hey, Vicky.
Hi. The launch party, is this to be done within your group or on your profile?
Do it through the events section on your profile, because the thing with groups, your group's a private group, so ideally you want people to invite their friends. If they're not in the group, they then have to invite them to the group first. They can invite them to the party. You do it through the events on your profile, you've not got any of that hassle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Got a question, Craig?
Yeah, just hold that for me, Andy, just to follow on that, Vicky, quickly. Obviously, with regards to your group or your new team members group, obviously after the event, an invite can be popped in to go and join the group. Okay, to everyone. So, Andy.
Yeah, Laura, if you're getting friends of friends, they could be dotted all over the country. Do you do anything to explain if somebody says, yeah, get me one of those, I'll have 2 of those? If they're local, normally you can order it up, etc., etc. But if you've got people who are miles away, do you do anything in particular to get them to go to your PBS, whatever? Have you got a way of doing that?
Normally, well, if it wasn't during COVID, I would tend to say to them, I would just get them to message me, find out where they are for delivery, first of all. And then obviously if they're further afield out with my delivery, I would just say to them, you know, here's the link, or, you know, you can order directly from a link. I have on occasion had a couple of new VIP customers last campaign that they've paid me and then I've set their VIP account up for them, just to ensure that I got the VIP customer from that. And then all I've done is once I've set their VIP account up, I've just went back to them and says, this is your VIP account, here's your password, you can change it once you've logged in, you know, and it just saves that hassle. At least you know you've got the VIP customer, they're going to get the delivery direct to them.
Yeah, so you sort of wing it basically, depending on circumstances.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think as well,
I'm quite good at winging things.
Well, Andy, it's something that you can talk about in your intro, really. You know, for those of you, if you do wish to order anything, you know, your X, Y, and Z, you do have the opportunity to become an exclusive VIP customer, which we'll tell you about, and you can order direct and obviously get direct delivery. I think that the power of this is definitely directing people to your PBS, or even like Laura's done, you know, taking the responsibility and doing it for them just to get it easy. You know, that extra time taken in the beginning, for people to transfer the money, and then obviously Laura to just go and place the order. I think it's time well spent in the long run. Anybody else?
Craig, just to jump on, and that was great training, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you.
Craig, you mentioned when you were doing your training watch parties, but I don't think you covered them. Did you have something to add?
Thank you, Tracy. Can rely on you. If you are unsure of what to go live about, you can go and do a watch party. And a watch party has the same love for Facebook that lives have. So going back to the kind of you give them love, they give you love. So, for example, more often than not, you could maybe go on to a profile or a page you like. And if you were doing like a Motivation Monday, for example, and you wanted to share something either on your timeline or even in your group, you can do a watch party. Now, what you'll find is most, I'm going to say all, but I'm going to say most videos, I'm pretty sure it's all videos that you'll have on pages, like Oriflame have pages. So if you go onto Oriflame's business page in the UK, they'll have, you know, the launch video, they'll have the VIP customer video. You know, if you go on to groups that are public, you know, they'll have videos. You go onto things like I have a Passion to Succeed page that has videos. You know, if you go onto them, you can literally, under the video, you'll have start watch party, and you literally click on that, and it gives you an option where to share it. So you can usually share it onto your timeline or into your group. And you're not actually doing something, but you're using somebody else's video that you trust, obviously is really important, and that you know is a good video, and you're using that video to share with your audience, be it in your group or be it on your social media profile, to get the same level of traction with giving Facebook love as you would by doing a live, if that makes sense. The one thing that you do have to do is you have to sit and watch the watch party, because the idea of a watch party is you're inviting people to come and watch it with you. And when the video finishes, you need to be on hand to click end watch party, because if you don't, it will automatically roll into the next watch party, the next video, and that could be somebody taking a photo of some products in the mirror without any clothes on or whatever, I don't know, right? It could be absolutely anything. So, yes, you've just got to be on hand. Does that make sense, Tracy?
Yeah, absolutely. And they're really good as well if you've got you know, people within the team that are doing little makeup demos and things like that. We use them quite a lot to share in our product groups and on our timelines, sharing each other's videos and demos and things if you're not doing them yet yourself. So they're really cool for that.
Yeah, love it. Brilliant. Sharing his
Craig.
Hello, buddy.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can I just say that the power of this is absolutely immense, really, because like your mum's generation and people who can remember like the Tupperware parties and clothes parties, Pippa-Dee parties, and like when my mum used to have parties when I was a kid, and you were sent upstairs to like, because our friends were coming around to have like a party, and these were like Pippa-Dee or Tupperware or wherever. The time that would take for the girl or woman to go travel, set up, load our car, unload the car, spend the time at the house, have a cup of coffee. I'm sure people who did them, and I'm sure your mum all those years ago, probably it was Pippa-Dee or something, they probably weren't getting home after leaving at 6 o'clock in the evening. They probably weren't getting home till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. The power of this and the fact that you can do it from your own house or wherever you are is absolutely immense. I mean, I can totally understand it's a game changer. Laura's training was fantastic there, but and I've never done parties as such, but I can see the power of that. Anybody, anywhere, anytime can do one at 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock in the evening, and it is only going to take you half an hour, 45 minutes, instead of the travelling time, setting up time, tables, velvet tablecloths and curtains, and all the gear that you'd have to cart around in your car, and you'd need a car, and you'd need the petrol money and the expenses of going to do all that, and babysit it while someone to watch the kids when you went out to do it. The time leverage of this is quite unbelievable, really, that people can literally go on and do that without any costs as such, and then expand it from there. It's absolutely immense. Then, I mean, I said this earlier on in the Zoom this afternoon, Jeremy's training, which is all stuff that we know from years and years ago, but the simplicity of it all, the multiplication factor of everyone just the same thing and helping somebody else do the same thing, the whole power of one or penny a day doubling thing. It's like to add this to that, instead of a party taking a whole evening as it would have on your mum's day, or catalogue drop or whatever taking 3 or 4 hours, this could take somebody 45 minutes and then go off and do 3 or 4 in a day. Mm-hmm. The power is immense if you put that with a penny a day doubling power of one, which is where people need, I think, to see themselves, where could we be in 5 years with this? Where could we be in 10 years with this? Because the products speak for themselves. Dealing with a quality product, the products sell themselves. It's not like you've got to sell the product. Once people start using it, we've got a repeat product range sort of thing. So I think and to see the young girl, I think it was Sam on Saturday. Saf was funny and amazing, and the amount of jobs she's had and the whole bodyguard thing. I was sitting there fascinated at Saf's story, but Samantha's story, the excitement of that young girl, 22, 23-year-old. Us who've been around a while can really see, God, you've no idea where you could be by the time 30. You know what I mean? 5-6 years time, even if it's slow and you just come across 2 or 3 good people each year, by the time she's 30, she could have the most phenomenal business. It's so exciting. But this whole party thing, it's took parties to a whole new level, really, because you've took out the travelling time, the travelling cost, and having to, the fact that you could only maybe do one in an evening, you could do as many as you want in a day at any time of day now with this.
It's brilliant. You said, sorry, Rob, carry on.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my take on it. I think the simplicity of it's incredible, and obviously we're dead proud of Tracy and her team's the excitement that's going on and the growth that they're having, because they're just embracing all this technology and getting on with it. For some of us old timers, and as Andy mentioned this afternoon, because he isn't blonde and 30 and blonde, and he's I forget what Andy said this afternoon, 64 and a baldy. Well, I'm 54, 55 and a baldy. We don't look as pretty on screen, but I get it. But it's not about us looking pretty on screen. It's about selling the opportunity and sharing the opportunity with people so that they can see what they can get from it. And like I say, the biggest excitement on Saturday was, there was a few actually. Sam's age, and thinking, God, where could you be by the time you're 30? You've got no idea yet. You're so brand new. It's so lovely to see her enthusiasm. And then Magnus's appearance, it's just like, it doesn't get much better than this. There's the CEO of the whole company on Saturday afternoon, just chatting to us a lot. It was good. It was good stuff. But yeah, the leverage and the power of this party online thing is quite incredible, really, when you put the numbers into the equation.
And I think the great thing is as well, Rob, when people obviously get your parties, and you felt like Laura was saying, she's growing in confidence, and you just get to then add your own personality, your own sparkle, your own bit of magic, and from that realism and being genuinely, authentically you'll find that the results will grow as well. And just going on the numbers, I remember chatting with Pam recently, and she was running 3 parties at the same time on different devices for new consultants. They were literally, she had the 3 parties running. So obviously, like Laura was saying, you've got the same stuff that you're posting. So she was going in like on her phone posting, she was in on her laptop posting that product, then she'd go to her app, an iPad, and post, and then she'd go back to her phone, and she was just doing that. So she was running 3 events simultaneously. I mean, obviously that's a bit crazy, that's Pam, but it goes to show, like you said, what's possible. So thanks, mate, really appreciate that. Anybody got any other questions or anything else they want to share? Oh, you're a quiet bunch. Thank you. Okay, look, really great. Thank you very much. Well done, everybody. I'm not sure if you can hear me or if I've frozen. Some of you are freezing a little bit. The joys of Wi-Fi. Hello, Blake. Your mum did cracking this evening, mate. So yeah, hey, look, have a fantastic Monday evening. Thank you for joining us. For those of you new to the business, welcome. Really excited to have you on board. If you can have a listen to what Rob was just sharing with you at the end there about the excitement for the business and where you can be in the next 5 to 10 years, right the way through to, our recognition at the beginning of tonight, right time, right place. Welcome to the team. Set your goals, get excited, get busy, and let's go and have some fun. And good night to you all. Have a great evening.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.